Good morning, grade 4. Welcome back to the English class. In the previous class, we learned the story of Mulla Nasruddin. Today, we will see a few exercises from the chapter. So before that, I suggest you read the story once again and then come back to the exercise part. And I hope you have read the story once again. And let's move on to the exercise part. The first section is write T for true and F for false. And let's read each statement one by one. Nasruddin's neighbor was worried about his children. Is that statement true or false? It is false. The neighbor was worried about his small house. Question number 2. Nasruddin asked the man to take the chickens to the cattle shed. Is that statement true or false? It is false. Nasruddin had asked the man to take the chickens to inside his house. Now question 3. The man brought his donkey inside the house. Yes, it is true. The fourth one. The man lived alone in a big house. No, the statement is false. The man lived in a small house. Now question number 5. Nasruddin was known to be a wise man. Yes, the statement is true. Now question number 6. The man did not thank Nasruddin. The statement is false. The man had hugged Nasruddin and said, "Thank you, Mulla, your plan has worked." So the given statement here is false. I hope these are clear to you. Let's move on to the next section. Let's answer these questions. Question number 1 is, why was Nasruddin's neighbor upset? So the answer is, Nasruddin's neighbor was upset because his house was too small for his family members and there was hardly any space for anyone to move around. Now, you may note down this question and the answer in your notebook. Now, question number 2. What was the first suggestion that Nasruddin gave to the man? Nasruddin's first suggestion was that he should bring all his chickens from the yard into his house. So, I hope this is clear to you. Now, question number 3. Did the man follow Nasruddin's advice? What happened after that? So, the answer is, the man followed Nasruddin's advice. After 2 days, the man complained that there was less space than before and the chickens made so much noise that it irritated everyone present in the house. So I hope this is clear. Now the fourth question, what was the third advice given to the man by Nasruddin? So the third advice given by Nasruddin was that the man should take the animals out from his house. Now, the fifth question. What did the man tell Nasruddin at the end of the story? So, at the end of the story, the man told Nasruddin that his plan had worked and now that all the animals were outside, there was enough space in the house for him and his family. He was satisfied with the little house he lived in. So, I hope these answers are clear to you and make sure that you note down these answers in your notebook along with the correct questions. Now, the next part is the vocabulary. Now, it is about forming adjectives from nouns. We have seen this already in our English reader textbook. Now, how do we form adjectives from nouns? Here we have some examples. I hope you remember these examples. You see here words are given. The words are Indian, European and ornamental. And you can see the word Indian is formed from the proper noun India by adding the suffix n to the end. So, India is a proper noun whereas Indian is an adjective. And here the word European is also an adjective and it is formed from the proper noun Europe by adding the suffix an. Now, the third one, ornamental. Ornamental is an adjective formed from the common noun ornament by adding the suffix al. So, similarly, you can form adjectives from nouns by adding proper suffixes. So, below the heading vocabulary here, you can see this exercise, make adjectives from these nouns. And there is a list of 8 words given there. You have to add the proper suffix and if needed, change the spelling of the given noun to form adjectives. You may use a dictionary for this exercise. Now, please pause this video, finish writing the adjectives here and then come back. Hope you are done with that exercise. Now, let's discuss each question. So, the first one is skill. So, we can form an adjective called skillful from the noun skill. Note that in the noun skill, there are two L's, whereas in the adjective skillful, there is only one L. So the spelling is changed. So pay attention to the spelling of each word. Now the second one, function. An adjective which can be formed is functional. Now here the suffix al is added. Now the third one, fool, foolish. The suffix ish is added. Now fourth one, anger. It can be changed to angry. We have changed the spelling as well as we added the suffix ry to the end of the word. Now the next one, question number 5. Rest, restful. We have added the suffix ful. Now the next one, artist, artistic. The suffix here is ic. Now 7, hero, heroic. Now the 8th one, nature, natural. So we have changed the spelling from re, we have changed it to ral by adding the suffix al. So I hope these adjectives are clear to you. So the next section is about idioms. We have already learned what are idioms. So an idiom is a word or a phrase which means something different from its literal meaning, and we can understand the meaning of the idiom by its popular use. So here are a couple of popular idioms. So I am all ears is an idiom which means you have my full attention. If I say I am all ears to you, it means that I am listening to you with my full attention. And if someone is telling you break a leg, it means that they are wishing you good luck. So break a leg is an idiom which means it's a way to wish someone good luck. So the next section of the vocabulary exercise is about idioms. So let me read out the question to you. Take the correct idiom for the given meaning. And you can see 5 questions there, and the meaning of an idiom is given there, and 2 choices of idioms are given with each question. You have to choose the correct idiom which have the same meaning as given. So let's do this. The first one is to have an overall view. The correct idiom for this, is it a bird's eye view or is it a bird brain? The correct idiom is a bird's eye view. So the idiom a bird's eye view means to have an overall view. Now the next one, a person who arrives before time. Is it a rare bird or an early bird? The correct idiom is an early bird, and it's an idiom which means a person who arrives before time. Now the third one, someone who eats very less. Is it eats like a bird or the early bird catches the worm? So the correct one is eats like a bird. So eats like a bird is an idiom which means someone who eats very less. Now the fourth one, someone who is carefree. Is it birds and the bees or as free as a bird? The correct idiom is as free as a bird. It means someone who is carefree. Now the fifth one, something certain is better than something that is uncertain. Is it birds of a feather flock together or a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush? So the correct idiom is a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, and it means that something certain is better than something that is uncertain. So I hope all these exercise questions are clear to you. So we'll see the rest of the exercise in the next class. So that's all for today. See you in the next class. Till then, bye.